Hello and welcome to round 8 of AOR Season 15 PC Assist League 1, and it takes us to a rainy Spa. So today, coming into this, I actually managed to get a bit more practice because it was the holidays this week, but again, I've got other priorities right now, so not expecting the best result, but yeah, it's actually raining and qualifying, so I've actually looks like I should be able to get a better than usual result. Again, slightly better than, well, I'm doing slightly better right now than my previous lap, which was unfortunately invalidated. I just couldn't get AOR Rouge right all weekend really, and I mean just corner cutting it a tiny bit on both my runs meant that I had to leave it to the last run, and yeah, it sort of dried out a bit by this run, so quite a lot of people were on intermediates, but yeah, I'd gone out on the wet trying to get a banker lap in, but I just hadn't been able to put a banker lap in, and it meant now I was actually still on the wet, which wasn't that good. And yeah, you can see now just struggling for traction, and again we're just losing a bit of time to previous bests, and yeah, that was a shame, because if I managed to predict the weather and go on the inters, I actually could have got quite a good result, because I'm actually quite good in the rain, and this is a really good track for me. In THL, I got third after bottling the win on the penultimate lap, so I definitely had to place there. And in AOR last season, I came second to Richie B after doing quite a risky alternative strategy on the super softs. But yeah, today we're going to have free choice of tyres no matter where we qualify, but it's not looking like we're going to qualify too highly right now. Again, we're just a few tenths down on our best, and yeah, we just can't find traction at all. And in the second sector, we've completely dropped off our PB in the session, and of course this is our only real clean lap, which is a shame. So yeah, definitely probably could have gone out on inters, but I wasn't ready to know. The Delta originally at the beginning of the session still said that the inters were 3 seconds a lap slower, and it said that it wouldn't really dry up that much towards the end of the qualifying session, so I just sort of went out on wet, and as a result, you can see as we come to the end of the lap, it's been an alright lap, but we're only going to get P13, and we're actually going to get demoted to P14 by the time we get to the race. So yeah, 14th, which is actually in fact one of my worst qualifying positions of all time really, I think, in this league, so not very good at all, and that's actually second last. I think I only out qualified Vortex, who I don't think set a proper lap. So you can see actually Edge qualified on pole, but he's actually going to have a 5-second grid penalty, so my teammate will actually inherit P1, and Llama and Jaeger getting their best qualifying positions. Llama is actually going to be starting this race in P2, which, considering he's only got about 20 points on the board this season, is really amazing. So let's see if we can actually convert it into a good result. He was actually a bit weak around this track in THL last season, but with that strong grid position and Jaeger as well starting up front, it should be quite a good race for the THL boys. Meanwhile, we have some work to do, and 5 lights and away we go. We've got both Red Bulls and a Mercedes in front of us, so the two championship winning teams right now seem to be struggling in qualifying, and again they're just going to go 3 wide. We're just going to go around the outside. You can see that's Carnage, and that's actually yeah, that's actually Cohen, I think, who spun round, and yeah, we gained a few positions off the start, and that's Horvey as well letting somebody pass, so I don't know if he's spun out anyone, but you can see we got a lot of angry Red Bulls and other people behind us, but we actually gone on the grass, and that's something I really haven't been able to nail all weekend. Or Rouge, I just haven't been able to go up it right, and we've lost all the positions we gained up the start, and we get a corner cutting warning, so that was quite gutting, to be honest, considering we actually managed to get a really good start, and it looked like we could actually get good solid points. This is going to set us back a bit, but we're still in the race. We only lost a few seconds. You can see that's actually Martin, who's completely spun. Yeah, he's had a bad start considering he actually won GB, but yeah, that's even more chaos. Actually, that's a few more cars. That's actually 4 cars which we managed to overtake as a result of that. So I don't know if there was a big crash or anything, but I think lots of people are having lag issues, and as a result, yeah, sort of culminated in a crash. So that really helped us get through the field, but of course it's going to ruin some of the other people's races. But again, we're going to have to be worried, because I think some people might be trying to go use the softs to the end of the race, even this early on. So I still have to be wary about the people who are involved in the crash, because they could still come back, a bit like when I came back from my crash in AOR Baku a bit earlier this season. But you can see now we're 9th, and actually we're putting pressure on Vortex, who started actually behind us, and Hyphy Bonbon, who both of whom seem to be struggling a bit on pace. I think Hyphy Bonbon is coming under more pressure from Vortex, and yeah, I just trying to be wary, because last weekend, I mean, I was battling with Vortex and Jaeger, but after I disconnected, yeah, apparently Vortex was quite aggressive with Jaeger, so just trying to bide my time. We'll actually spot a gap up the inside, but Jaeger, Vortex is going to get quite good traction, and yeah, he's going to hold on to the position. here we go now. You can see this is lap 4, and yeah, we're still right behind these guys, and we've got Martin bearing down on us. He's the fastest guy on field right now, unsurprisingly, because he dominated the British Grand Prix. But you can see Hyphen 1-1 has gone a bit loose. He's been overtaken by Vortex. He's tanked the back of him. He's actually managed to save the car. He's gone almost opposite lock, and I'm very thankful, because otherwise I would have been smashed off. But again, we're going to go straight up his inside, and we actually banged tyres a bit, and we pushed him slightly out wide. So I feel a bit guilty after that, considering he did that amazing save to keep us both from going into the barriers, really. So yeah, if he didn't get him to capture us, we'll be in trouble. You can see he's actually retired now. So I was actually probably thinking of giving him back the position, but again, I think it was just rubbing his racing, and at the end of the day, he retires anyway, so I don't actually have the opportunity to. But you can see this is Martin now, up there inside. We're just going to let him go. We're going to try to go for a cutback, but again, I just didn't really want to fight him. I know he's got the pace, and again, if we can get a good run on Vortex, we should be able to get the position of him. I mean, we're not really battling Martin. He seems to be he seems to be up there with the leaders in terms of pace. And right now, I think that's Stefanator and Kowecki, who's already pulled away magnificently. Up the front, you can see all the gap he's got. Yeah, the championship leader again. I think Entity was caught up in the collision, and yeah, he's all the way back at the back. So again, it's just inconsistency showing for the championship leader, and it's going to really put my teammate back in the running. Because again, we get another corner cutting warning, and again we get a third warning, and that's our first penalty. And yeah, that was a bit frustrating, to be honest, because yeah, we hadn't got any corner cutting warning since that incident on lap 1, and yet we just get 2 in a row there. Meanwhile, we're going to try to go around the outside of Martin, who's just going really defensive, but he outbreaks us, and I just thought I'll give him a bit of room so he can just pull away a bit, because again, we're not really in the fight with him. You can see he's actually bearing down on what will be Vortex, so you can see they're going to go side by side now. We're quite a long way back, but we actually break quite late, and I thought, yeah, I mean, I managed to gain quite a lot on them, again, trying to get a good run, and you see Martin getting, well, he's actually couldn't hold it around the outside, but Vortex is going to squeeze him narrow. So this is what I warned about. Vortex quite aggressive in defending. He's going to break early. I don't know if he was looking for a cutback or anything, but yeah, we weren't expecting that, and we've once again run into the back of somebody. So it's normally Horby I run into the back of, but yeah, Vortex this time, and that's really going to cost me, because I'm going to have to come in for a front wing change pretty much now, and I was hoping to pit on about lap 9, lap 10, and yeah, you can see there's actually a huge pack ahead, so if I could sort of catch up to them with fresher tyres towards the end of my stint, I thought I could sort of well, overcut them, but again, just front wing damage is going to hinder me a bit. I'm trying to spot up the inside of Vortex, but I don't really want to go side by side, and by the end of the lap I've lost tons of time due to the wing damage, and yeah, it's a shame. I'm going to have to come in straight away, but again, I mean, the softs should easily last to the end. I mean, they got a tyre life of at least 18 laps, I would say, so there should be a worries there. Even so, there is rain towards the end of the race, so I don't really want to repeat another incident of what happened in China, where I bottled P7 on the final corner of the final lap. So yeah, just sort of I sort of had China running in the back of my conscience. Again, I wasn't in as good a position as I was in China, and we're actually going to come out now in what will be, well, it's going to be at least 10th as we get the front wing change, but we're going to come out amidst, well, some of the people who were involved in the lap 1 incident, because they've been able to get a little undercut on us, and again, just trying to avoid the rule, because actually in qualifying we actually hit one of the walls, we got a bit of front wing damage, but you have to be really careful, because we've got 2 cars right behind us, and they're going to get a much better run than us all the way down the straight, so yeah, just trying to defend, because I've got fresher tyres than these guys, and yeah, it's a shame, because if I didn't have front wing damage I would have been able to clearly jump these guys and hunt down the people ahead. But yeah, just going defensive now, and that's going to be Ragusa clearly around our outside. We've got another car around our outside as well. We're going to try to defend, but Korn's already there, and he's actually going to get us. We're going to try to hold it up the inside. He's just got a better run, and that's a really good move by Korn, but yeah, it's really a shame for us, because it looked like we were going to have some clean air, but now we're stuck behind these 2, and straight away we look like we're actually faster, because although these guys out-qualified us, and they're probably faster than us in general, our fresher tyres just seem to have the edge over them right now. Yeah, just trying to get a good run on Korn now, and he's putting Ragusa under a lot of pressure, so yeah, Ragusa opting to go on the super soft, so he at least has 1 stop left. Meanwhile, Korn, I don't know, he could be taking those tyres to the end, but again, I think he pitted on lap 1, lap 2, so to stretch those tyres 21 laps is definitely a feat and a half. But you can see now Ragusa's trying to defend from Korn. We're going to actually see if we can spot a gap. We're actually going to run slightly wide. That's going to compromise our entry. And again, Ragusa actually ghosted, and that means that Korn's actually driven through him. But Ragusa again is going to try to go up his inside. Korn's going to slam the door. He doesn't want to lose another position. He's definitely the faster of the 2 drivers right now. And yeah, you can see Ragusa definitely struggling already. and we're going to try to go side by side. He's going to leave us the space. We had to back out a bit. We didn't want to run into the back of him, considering we just had to run into the back of Vortex, and this battling is not what we needed. Again, I just don't want to sustain more front wing damage after running into the back of Vortex, and yeah, just stuck behind these guys, and it's really hindering my strategy, because I was trying to come out, well, see if I can undercut Vortex and Martin, considering that I was battling with him before. Again, we're actually going to dive up the inside of Ragusa, and we actually tag him, and yeah, it was quite a reckless move from me, leaving it a bit too narrow, so I probably should have popped myself in a bit more in the middle of the track. But again, we've already caught up to him, and now I was really losing time, so I really needed to get past him. Again, you can see up ahead, there's actually quite a tight pack, so when they pit, we should hopefully come out among them. And yeah, you can see I think there's a few guys who are quite a bit ahead, but right now it seems to be quite tight in the midfield still. Meanwhile, we're going to hung it around the outside of Ragusa, and that's actually a really good move, and we managed to get the position. So finally, the outside actually works for us instead of the inside, and immediately we're just able to pull away. Meanwhile, that's somebody else out of the race. That's Horvey, so we're down to 13 runners. We've got Ragusa behind, and I think last place right now is Entity. So yeah, that's actually confirms that Entity retires. So another dismal race for the championship leader. A 16th in Britain, and now a 13th in Spa. So both times no point finishes, and yeah, nothing much really happened after that. But yeah, you can see I was P11, so I was wondering if I was actually going to get the points. But again, Korn up ahead, and I think there's somebody else as well. That's actually 7, both pits, and yeah, that means we're going to actually come out ahead of both of them, which is quite good. So we're actually in the points for the first time in quite a long time, to be honest. So yeah, it's actually been 5 races. So the first 3 races of the season, I was able to get quite a few points on the board, but ever since I've just had a severe drought. But you can see on lap 20, the first drops of rain are beginning to form, and actually that's somebody spun up ahead, and you can see Island K is about to go past them, and it's actually Vortex. So yeah, I mean, after the race, I mean, I was watching Jaeger's footage, and Vortex was actually all the way up in 4th place. So considering I was battling for 8th, he'd done a good job, but now all his work's been undone. So yeah, I should be able to have a, or if he's struggling on his tyres, I should be able to catch up to him. But you can see again he's struggling a lot, and we actually managed to gain up a lot of time. Again, gaining even more time under braking, so I don't know if he's got an issue. The only thing I can think of is a puncher at this stage, because he wouldn't have run out of fuel with a whole lap to go. And again, he actually dives into the pits, so I wonder what tyres he's going to really go on to. My guess is the Ultra Softs, because it's not really time for inters yet. But yeah, we're just actually now relinquished into 8th place, which is our joint best position of the season. Of course, we bottled P7 on the last lap twice in other races. So let's make sure we don't bottle P8. And yeah, we got a 6-second gap to Korn as our teammate wins again spectacularly. I think that's his 2nd or 3rd win, so credit to Kweki. Meanwhile, we're just trying to hang on to P8 because we got Korn bearing down on us, and again we got 6 seconds worth of time penalties, and I don't know how many seconds he has, but he's actually closed us down to within 6 seconds, so it's all going to depend on how many time penalties he has. You can see 4.2 seconds at the last split, and now it's 0.5 seconds, and yeah, got the finish line. So I can tell you, he actually had 3 seconds worth of penalties, and he gained 3 seconds on the final lap. So yeah, caning us right down to only 0.5 seconds. So yeah, definitely a close battle there. And yeah, as we have a look at the revised standings, Entity still has a 17-point lead over Kweki, so sort of shows how good his performance at the beginning of the season, considering he's still got a massive gap over 2nd place after 2 sort of bad finishes in the last few races. Jaeger as well, moving it up a bit, I think, to 7th, and us as well closing in on the rest of the field. Meanwhile, Red Bull and Mercedes both failing to score, and they're both the championship constructors leaders, so that allows McLaren to gain in a bit, and same with us, as Kweki and me get our best results of this joint best results for the season. Yeah, Jaeger and Llama as well doing really well for the Toro Rosso boys, 4th and 5th, and that's probably the best result for all of us collectively in the THL. I think they did well in Bahrain, but of course for me I disconnected, so yeah, another 4th place for Jaeger, and a really good result for him. And Llama unfortunately dropping back a bit after his really good qualifying, but again getting P5, which is a season's best. Edge recovering to 6th in the end after being involved in the lap 1 incident, and yeah, Martin from the back of the field gets 3rd place, so credit to his pace. Yeah, we managed to outperform Korn, Vortex and Ragusa on our strategy. But yeah, that's going to be it. See you next time in 2 weeks for Italy. So after that, I should be able to practice a bit more, as I'll have a bit more free time. So hopefully I'll be able to challenge for the top 5. But yeah, we'll wait and see.